You know what's funny? Most people think fluency comes from studying grammar for hours.
Or memorizing long word lists like it's a spelling bee. But that's not how fluent speakers are made.
Fluency sneaks in through small daily moments, like making breakfast, chatting with coworkers, or even messing up the word dessert in front of a waiter.
Oh yes, don't say dessert unless you're ordering sand with whipped cream.
Exactly. So today, we're flipping the script. We'll show you how simple conversations in everyday life, the ones you usually ignore, are actually the key to unlocking natural English.
And we'll do it through relatable stories, useful expressions, and a few vocabulary fails along the way.
No boring lectures, just real talk. If you've been learning English for years but still feel stuck,
Grab your headphones. Let's build real fluency, one habit at a time.
welcome to the Practice English podcast, the place where English becomes part of your real life.
Whether you're brushing your teeth, commuting to work, or just chilling at home, this podcast is made to fit your daily routine.
Today's topic: daily habits that lead to real results. Not complicated rules, just simple actions you can do every day.
Morning, afternoon, or evening. You'll hear practical tips to keep your English alive and growing.
We've also created a free PDF with all the key expressions and bonus practice.
You'll find the link in the description, so you can review everything after you listen.
Ready to turn your daily routine into a fluency booster?
Let's get started.
Let's start at the beginning. What's the first thing you usually do when you wake up?
If you're like most people, you probably check your phone. So here's your first habit. Switch your phone to English.
Exactly. Your alarm, calendar, weather app, to-do list, all in English. It forces your brain to start the day in the right language.
And while you're brushing your teeth, try this. Describe your morning out loud. I'm brushing my teeth. Now I'm washing my face. Time to get dressed.
It might sound silly, but it's a powerful way to connect English to real actions.
Next, audio. Instead of scrolling through social media, open your podcast app or YouTube and press play on something in English.
Even passive listening in the morning boosts your fluency over time.
And talk to yourself. Not in your native language, do it in English. Think out loud. Where are my keys? What do I need today?
Or use short affirmations. I speak English with confidence. My English gets better every day.
These little moments add up. You're not just learning. You're living in English.
So tomorrow morning, before you touch that phone, ask yourself, what's the first English habit I can practice today?
Keep it simple. One habit, one step, every day. Coming up, how to keep your English active when the day gets busy.
So, your day is rolling. You're at work, in class, or handling responsibilities. But how do you keep practicing English when your schedule is packed?
Let's talk about micro habits, small actions that keep your brain in English, even when you're busy.
First tip, change your task manager or calendar to English. Seeing things like team meeting or submit report helps train your brain to think faster in English.
Second, set reminders in English. Stretch break at 3 p.m. Call mom after dinner. They're short, but they help.
In meetings or classes, take notes in English, just a few key words. If you're writing in your native language, pause and ask, how would I say this in English?
And during repetitive tasks like walking, cleaning, or commuting, listen to a podcast or repeat a short dialogue out loud.
That's shadowing. You mimic what you hear. Tone, rhythm, pronunciation. It's like training with a native speaker. Anytime you want.
Another habit. Keep a digital sticky note with one useful phrase. Just one. Try using it once or twice during the day.
This isn't about pressure. It's about building English into your daily environment without slowing you down.
Whether you're in a meeting, reading signs, or sending a quick text, English is everywhere if you invite it in.
Next up, how your afternoon habits can boost your confidence and sharpen your speaking skills. Let's talk about afternoons. You've made it through the morning. Now what?
This is when most people hit a slump. Mentally tired, less focused. But that's actually the perfect time for low-pressure practice.
Start with self-talk. Describe what you're doing. I'm heating up lunch. I have a video call at 3. I'm reviewing my notes.
You're not performing, you're practicing. Every word builds your reflex.
Want more impact? Summarize your morning. What did I do? Did I use English? What word did I learn?
Text a friend or coworker in English. Just finish that report. Want to grab coffee?
If you work alone, try voice notes. Speak for 30 seconds. Then listen later to hear your progress.
And during breaks, step outside and name what you see. Tree, bus, blue jacket. It keeps your brain in English mode.
Even if you scroll social media, switch to English creators. Little shifts create big results.
It's not about perfection. It's about showing up when it's tempting not to.
Coming up, let's break down a few key words from today's practice that'll help lock in these habits. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stayed quiet? Not because you didn't know the word, but because you weren't sure how to use it.
We get it. Sometimes the simplest words feel the hardest to say, especially under pressure.
So let's look at 4 small but powerful words you can use every day to sound more natural.
Slump? Definition: a period of low energy or motivation. Example: I always hit a slump around 2 p.m. after lunch.
Summarize. Definition: to give a short version of the main points. Example: I summarize my morning tasks before starting the afternoon.
Reflex. Definition: an automatic response or habit. Example: naming objects in English helps build my reflex to speak faster.
Tempting. Definition: something that makes you want to do it, even if it's not the best choice. Example: it's tempting to skip English practice, but I stay consistent.
These words are simple, but using them often makes your English sound more confident and real.
Now let's turn these daily habits into a powerful routine that works, no matter what your day looks like. Let's talk about immersion. Not moving to another country, but making English part of your world every single day.
Here's the truth. If English only shows up in your 20-minute study session, your brain won't adapt. It needs repetition, emotion, and context.
Start by switching your environment. Change your phone and apps to English. Set your GPS to give directions in English. Watch YouTube, but only in English.
Especially content you love. Cooking, comedy, tech, whatever keeps you watching.
Next, talk to yourself. Narrate your actions. I'm making coffee. I'm reading emails. You're turning passive knowledge into active use.
Want to go visual? Label your world. Put sticky notes on furniture, kitchen items, your mirror.
This builds direct associations. No more mental translation.
If you're ready to connect, join an online group or find a language buddy. Even a short exchange trains your brain to respond faster.
Fluency isn't about perfection. It's about consistent exposure. The more you hear English, the more your mind accepts it as normal.
And when your brain accepts it, thinking in English becomes automatic.
Next up, we'll show you how to take all this practice and bring it into real conversations without freezing up. You've learned the words. You've practiced them. But here's the real test. Can you use them when it counts?
That's where most learners freeze. Not because they don't know English, but because they're afraid of making mistakes.
Let's be honest, real conversations are messy. You won't always know the perfect word, but that's okay. You don't need perfection. You need connection.
Here's how to keep the conversation going. Start simple. Don't search for fancy vocabulary. Use what you already know.
And ask questions. If you get stuck, turn the focus to the other person. What about you? How was your weekend?
That small trick, it keeps things flowing. And if there's a pause, breathe. English doesn't have to be fast to be fluent.
Also, listen actively. When you really listen, your brain starts filling in the gaps naturally.
Think about your last conversation in your native language. Did you plan every word? No. You just spoke. That's the goal in English, too.
The more conversations you have, awkward or not, the more your confidence grows.
Now let's explore how to keep building that confidence, even when you're practicing alone.
Let's be real. Most learners don't have someone to practice with every day. But that doesn't mean you can't speak.
You just need a smart routine. And it starts with your own voice.
First, record yourself. Pick any topic. Talk for 1 minute. Then listen back.
You'll hear your habits, your speed, your pronunciation, your favorite words. It's like coaching yourself.
Next, mirror talk. Stand in front of the mirror and speak. Ask yourself questions. React. Smile. Train your brain and your body together.
Another powerful tool? Shadowing. Listen to a native speaker, pause, and repeat out loud. Match their tone, pace, and emotion.
Even 5 minutes a day makes a difference. It's not about sounding perfect. It's about sounding real.
And if you want to make it stick, connect these moments to your daily routine. Right after breakfast. Before your workout. Attach English to what you already do.
Because every time you speak out loud, you're building a new pathway in your brain.
And that's how fluency becomes a habit, even if you're the only one in the room.
Some days it feels like you're stuck. Like you're not improving, even when you're trying.
But here's the truth. Progress doesn't always feel loud. Sometimes it's quiet, invisible, but it's there.
That's why tracking your growth matters. It gives you proof, motivation, a reason to keep going.
Start small. Once a week, record your voice. Talk about your day. Save the file.
Or write 3 lines in a notebook. A journal entry, a thought, a memory, in English.
Then, after a month, compare. Play your first voice note. Read your first journal page.
You'll notice a shift. More confidence. More clarity. More natural English.
That's progress. Not flashy, but real.
And on the tough days when you feel like quitting, go back and listen. Let your own growth be your motivation.
You don't need perfect English to see progress. You just need a way to track it, and a reason to keep showing up.
You've built great habits. But now comes the real test, keeping them alive.
And it's rarely one big mistake that breaks everything. It's the small ones, the quiet ones.
Like skipping just 1 day. Then another. Suddenly it's been a week.
Or switching back to your native language, every time things get confusing. That resets your progress.
Waiting for the perfect moment to study? It doesn't exist. There's only now.
And comparing yourself to others? Their speed, their accent, their vocabulary. That doesn't push you forward. It holds you back.
Here's another trap. Too much input, not enough output. Watching, reading, listening, but never speaking.
Learning without using is like reading about swimming and never getting in the pool.
So how do you avoid these traps?
You replace them with stronger habits. Ones that support your progress and protect your routine.
It's not about being perfect. It's about staying present.
And showing up, even when it's hard. So what makes fluent speakers fluent? It's not magic. It's habits.
They think in English, even when no one's watching. It's a mindset, not just a skill.
They don't wait for confidence to appear. They build it by showing up every single day, even when they're tired, even when they mess up.
They use the language. Not perfectly, but consistently. They make mistakes. They keep going.
And they speak out loud, to friends, to strangers, to themselves. Every word spoken is a step forward.
They also track their progress. Not to chase perfection, but to celebrate growth.
They don't just study English. They live in it.
So if you want to sound fluent, do what fluent people do. Speak more. Compare less. Stay consistent.
Because fluency isn't something you wait for. It's something you create.
Thinking in English isn't a talent. It's a habit, built day by day, word by word.
And today, you practiced that habit. You listened, you imagined, you spoke. That matters.
So don't stop now. Watch the next episode that's on your screen. And take your English even further.
In that video, we'll show you how to build a healthy routine that supports both your fluency and your focus.
The kind of routine fluent speakers rely on. Click to keep going.
And remember, every sentence you say in English is one step closer to the confidence you've been working for.
This is the Practice English podcast.
Thanks for learning with us today.
We believe in your progress, and we'll see you in the next lesson.